Hello everyone. This video is entitled New World Order in the Bible too. This is a continuation of my first video, New World Order in the Bible, and I didn't get very far through the book of Isaiah, so I just wanted to pick up where I left off, and I'm just going to start right where I did leave off, which was Isaiah 14:12, which lists Lucifer as the morning star, and then of course Jesus calls himself the morning star all throughout the New Testament. But this is Isaiah 17:12 through 13. And this is all about the nations being destroyed and brought together. So I'm just going to continue with what I started. So here we go. This is 17:12 through 13. Oh, the raging of many nations. They rage like the raging sea. Oh, the uproar of the peoples. They roar like the roaring of great waters. So it's all about the nations. This is 18:3. All you people of the world who live on the earth, when a banner is raised on the mountains, you will see it, and when a trumpet sounds, you will hear it. So this is all the people of the world. This is 23:17, Isaiah 23:17. Like I said, man, this is all about the nations. At the end of 70 years, the Lord will deal with Tyre. She will return to her hire as a prostitute and will ply her trade with all the kingdoms on the face of the earth. Yet her profit and her earnings will be set apart for the Lord. They will not be stored up or hoarded. Her profits will go to those who live before the Lord for abundant food and fine clothes. So this is all kingdoms of the earth. And now we're going to go to 24:19. The earth reels like a drunkard. It sways like a hut in the wind. So heavy upon it is the guilt of its rebellion that it falls, never to rise again. In that day the Lord will punish the powers of the heavens above and the kings on the earth below. They will be herded together like prisoners bound in a dungeon. They will be shut up in prison and be punished after many days. So it's talking about all the kings of the world. So this is 25:7. On this mountain he will destroy the shroud that enfolds all peoples and the sheet that covers all nations. So, and I believe the word apocalypse means unveiling, or the lifting of the veil. So anyway, this is 29:7, Isaiah 29:7. Then the hordes of all the nations that fight against Ariel, that attack her in her fortress and besiege her, will be as it with a dream, and with a vision in the night. So this is talking about all the nations. Now we're going to go to 30:28, Isaiah 30:28. His breath is like a rushing torrent, rising up to the neck. He shakes the nations in the sieve of destruction. He places in the jaws of the peoples a bit that leads them astray. So I'm talking about all the nations. So this is 33:1. Woe to you, O destroyer, you who have not been destroyed. Woe to you, O traitor, you who has not been betrayed. When you stop destroying, you will be destroyed. When you stop betraying, you will be betrayed. Talking about traitors, which is basically what all Christians and Masons are. A bunch of people that pledge allegiance to Israel. But anyway, 34:2. The Lord is angry with all nations. His wrath is upon their armies. This is 37:16. O Lord Almighty, God of Israel, enthroned between the cherubim, you alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth. You have made heavens and earth. So this is over all kingdoms of the earth. So now we're going to go to 40:15. And this whole book is all about the nations. Surely the nations are like a drop in a bucket. They are regarded as dust on the scales. He weighs the islands as though they were fine dust. So this is talking about the Lord of this world. This is 43:9. And this is all build up to the new earth that will be ruled by the New Jerusalem in Isaiah 65:17, Isaiah 66:22, second book of Peter 3:13, and Revelations 21:1. But this is 43:9. All the nations gather together, and the peoples assemble. Which of them foretold this and proclaimed to us the former things? Let them bring into their witness to prove that they were right, so that the others may hear and say, it is true. So all nations. That's what this is all about. This whole book is all about the nations and how they're going to be destroyed by the Lord. So, we'll go to 52:10. The Lord will lay bare his holy arm in the sight of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth will see the salvation of our God. So, again, talking about the nations. And we're going to go to 60:11. Your gates will always stand open. They will never be shut, day or night, so that men may bring you the wealth of the nations, their kings led in triumphal procession. For the nation or kingdom that will not serve you will perish. It will be utterly ruined. And this is 62:10. Pass through the gates, prepare the way for the people, build up the highway, remove the stones, raise a banner for the nations. And that banner, of course, is the United Nations flag, which is going to be, when all the nations unite in the New World Order, or the New Earth. So all you got to do is look at the words, United Nations, to know exactly what they're about, and that's the New Earth. So this is 65:17. Behold, I will create new heavens and a new earth as in new world, as in New World Order. This is where it comes from, right here. This isn't a conspiracy theory. And this is 66:22. As the new heavens and the new earth that I will make will endure before me, declares the Lord. So this is what it's all about, is the new earth to be ruled by the New Jerusalem. Then, of course, it's in the second book of Peter 3:13, as I already said. But I'm going to go right to the end of Revelations, in chapter 21 of Revelations, and just show you, that all of my ideas come together right here at the end of Revelations. The Kabbalah tree of life, the New World Order, or the new earth to be ruled by the New Jerusalem. It's all right here. So like I said, quit listening to these Zionist spin monkeys like Alex Jones and Mark Dice, who just have you, chasing ghosts. Saying, it's the New World Order is a global tentacle. It has a million different arms. Yeah, and all the arms go back to this book, the one that they're reading backwards. That's why they're a bunch of dipshits. So this is Revelations 21:1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. So, like I say, man, it's all right there. These, Isaiah and Revelations, all make clear. Isaiah is the book that talks about the coming Immanuel, which is Jesus, and the book that lists Lucifer as the morning star. And then, of course, Revelations talks more about the new earth that will be ruled by the New Jerusalem. And then, of course, Revelations 22:16, Jesus calls himself the morning star because he's Satan. It's all right there in front of your face. Quit reading the Bible backwards. The two stories of creation in Genesis are not about the same creation. It's all right there. Have a good one.